up, guys? This is Austin with Hot Rod Heaven. I'm here with Jay. And Jay, what kind of car do we have right here?
It's a 1970 Nova SS clone.
What kind of like made you want to get this Nova here?
This belonged to a friend of mine, and I had a 72 Nova, and while he was building this, he would ask me a lot of questions on how I did things on my car.
Gotcha.
And then unfortunately, he died a few years ago. And he had the car done and completed, and he did it as a tribute to a racer that when he was a kid.
All right,
so
cool.
It was all done with the dog dish hubcaps and all original SS hood.
Yeah.
So he built it as homage to somebody else.
Cool.
And but I had a Hugger orange with a vinyl top, and he always wanted to put a vinyl top on the car.
Yeah.
So I would ask his wife, you know, periodically, hey, are you ready to sell me that car yet? And
Yeah.
she would always say, no, it's too much sentimental value.
Exactly, yeah.
So on and so forth. And then a couple years ago, I called her one last time, and she goes, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
And then, you know, I told her what I was going to do, and she said, please just keep sending me photos as you do stuff.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
We've kept her involved the whole time.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool little tribute there.
She made me make one promise, and being that she was a little older than me,
Yeah.
I figured it would be something like, well, just don't hot rod it. Don't race it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the first thing she said is, promise me you're going to take it to the drag strip. And I said, yeah, we probably can do that.
Yeah, awesome.
So,
that's cool, man. I'm glad that you're able to keep this, keep the car going and keep it on the streets. That's the most important thing.
Right.
So.
We tried to keep it as a memorial to him, but at the same time, I put my own
little spin on it, of course.
So
yeah, that's
he kept
awesome.
his steering wheel, and I said I would never take his steering wheel off because, you know, his hands were on the car.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my little tribute to him. Is
Yeah.
I'll never take that off.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna go ahead and lift the hood up and check out the motor. Jay, what kind of motor you got going in there?
That's a big block Chevy. It's a 1971 block. It's got RH aluminum heads, solid camshaft, an air gap intake. Kind of do it old school.
Gotcha.
Just something that's been test proven.
Yeah, for sure.
That we don't have so many problems with. We want to do a little more modern stuff. The fuel system's a little more modern, aeromotive. Got a Holly carburetor that's been redone by Skip Frizzell. That's the same guy that built the motor. Cubic inches is 30 over. It's a 461 cubic inch. Runs and drives great, good oil pressure, runs like 160 on temperature. It's a perfect driver.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, because you said you drive this a lot, right?
Yeah, we didn't put any gear in it. It's got like a 331 gear. It is a 400 turbo automatic with a 3000 converter. FTI converters out of DeLand. They're a pretty well-known company.
Okay.
And then a 400 turbo, and it's got a 12-bolt posi rear end.
Cool.
So it's kind of era correct with some modern flash.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What do you know like what the horsepower is pushing on?
They're all guesstimations. You know, it's
Okay.
like a 600.
Okay.
You know, horsepower at the flywheel.
Nice.
This was probably a factory 6-cylinder car.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
over the years, you know, the guy that built the car, Mike Cullen, he put a 396 in it. He tried to make it exactly what it was supposed to be from the factory.
Gotcha.
We increased, you know, the tranny, we increased the motor. We did a lot of things to upgrade what he had already done. But but he did all the paint and body and all that in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I love the color. It's a cool color. It's different, I feel like.
Yeah, 69 I think was the actual year for Butternut.
Okay, that's the name is
Butternut yellow. It's not really an aggressive street racing name.
Yeah.
But it's a cool car with the vinyl top and everything. That black wheels, they kind of
exactly. So speaking of wheels here, what kind of wheels are you running on the fronts and the back?
They're out of Jegs magazine. It's their name brand rims.
Okay.
So they make different applications, and that's what we have. We have several sets of wheels for the car.
Gotcha.
But when I want it to look like a racy car, we
Yeah.
put these on here. Then we have the dog dish and the color match rims and stuff we put on it, so we can kind of change the appearance.
Yeah, exactly. Change it up a little bit.
What kind of shows and stuff are going on.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so since you have these on there, what are the tires that you're running on the fronts?
These are Mickey Thompsons, and these are a 4-inch rim. The backs are an 8-inch rim with a 275/60.
Okay. Yeah, it looks. I like the tires on the back. It's
unfortunately with Nova, there's not a lot of room there.
Yeah.
So the suspension's up a little high. All stock suspension. We do have cow tracks.
Okay.
And a monoleaf setup.
Gotcha.
But it's got a 12-bolt out of a early model Nova. So it's a 12-bolt posi. What it came in the car back then.
Okay. Awesome.
Other than that, we got frame connectors, and that's really it.
Okay. Cool. What about the exhaust? Because this thing sounds nasty. What do you got on the exhaust?
We got 1 7/8 headers. 3.5-inch exhaust with float with Spintech mufflers.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, man, this thing it's nasty.
I love the way the Spintech sound. I've had them on several cars.
Yeah, it's awesome. It was funny. My roommate, I was like, "Oh, you hear the car when it pulled in?" He's like, "Yeah, I was shaking the whole house." So it's definitely it sounds. Really
I was going to drive it to work, but I go to work at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I don't think the neighbors would appreciate it a whole lot.
Yeah, little alarm clock. That's funny. The vinyl top. This didn't come on the car.
It would have, but when I purchased the car, it did not have it.
Okay.
But the guy that built the car, Mike Cullen, that was always one thing he wanted to do.
Cool.
So as soon as we got the car running and test proven, and first thing we did was put the vinyl top on it.
I like it. It looks really good. I'm a big fan of vinyl tops. I feel like it's a good break in the color of.
I love
the car.
them. All my friends give me a lot of crap about it.
Yeah.
But I love the vinyl top on the old cars.
Yeah. Let's talk about the interior here. It looks all original.
Well, again, I love the original stuff that I grew up when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Riding in these cars
100%.
and sitting on my knees so I could see out the windshield. I just remember all those memories.
Exactly.
So anything I do, we'll do a lot of modern components, but I always try to keep the interiors original. Fortunately for me, this interior was done when I purchased the car.
Okay.
And then, so we didn't have to do much. We changed the shifter.
Cool.
We put a tack in it. It has a factory tack in the dash.
Okay.
But we put an aftermarket tack.
Cool.
And just tried to keep it all original. We've stayed with that same theme.
Yeah, 100%.
Mike did a lot of hard work in building the car and making it look original, so I definitely wanted to keep that, that memory alive through what he did.
What kind of shifter do you have on here?
This is like the 1990s best shifter available,
Okay.
the Cheetah Shifter. I always liked them growing up, and this is actually the first car I've ever owned and put one in.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It just helps with the, speed shifting it. You don't have to worry about missing a gear and things
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
We did a stereo, that's the vintage stereo that has Bluetooth.
Okay.
So we can hook our phones
Yeah.
to it and play our music and stuff. And
That's awesome.
It's got 4 6x9s, an amp.
Cool.
So it's a loud ass car. So it helps to have a good stereo.
Yeah,
So you don't want to shoot yourself
100%.
5 minutes down the road.
Yeah, 100%.
You said the factory steering wheel. It's actually Mike put a 70 Camaro SS steering wheel on it.
Oh, okay.
And I was thinking about changing it because it wasn't Nova.
Yeah.
But he liked it, so I left it on there, and I'll never change it. So like I said, there's certain things about the car that I try to keep the way he did it.
100%.
I always feel like sometimes maybe, as corny as it sounds, maybe he's riding with me,
Yeah, no, I
And
like
I want
that.
him to appreciate what we did.
Let's go ahead and get the cameras in here and go for a cruise. Let's go. That's awesome, man. This thing goes. Dang. And it smells good too.
We only shipped about $5,000. At the racetrack, we shipped like 65, 68.
That felt good, man. You'll see on the camera, I'm smiling the whole time, man. That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds so good. It just goes, man. It goes. Where's the exhaust come out of? The back or the side?
Right before that rear end, it just dumps down.
Okay.
So the pipes are so big, they wouldn't go over top of the rear end.
Gotcha. So I'm sure it like bounces off the car, like you can hear it extra.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I wanted anyway. I knew those camshafts sounded good, and I wanted to dump down so it gets the concussion. The only problem is it kicks dust up on the car all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, these seats are actually pretty comfortable too, man.
I mean, you sit kind of close to the headliner.
Yeah.
That's the bad part of a Nova.
Yeah.
If you get a bench seat, you kind of sit down like a couch.
Yeah. That's like on my Maverick. I'm like down in that thing.
My Impala, man, it was like sitting in the sofa at home. It was so much wider and it has a bench seat.
I love how the rear sits up so high like that. Is
I don't like that.
You don't?
But to put these tires on it, I have to.
Yeah.
I just think it looks silly when you put a small tire on a car that's supposed to be strong.
Yeah, for sure.
But to make everything fit like it should and lower, I got to change the suspension in the back.
Gotcha.
And I've been kind of reluctant. I want to do it for the appearance, but I don't want to do it for the nostalgic of it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Oh my gosh, I love it, dude. That's awesome. This thing is
I can't wait to
bad.
put the nitrous on it.
Oh my gosh.
We're probably gonna put like a 250 shot.
Really?
So imagine having 250 more horsepower. The biggest thing is getting a tire in it and making it work.
the end of this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.